I'll show you some stumps of the old growth that used to be in here. They're really big. I mean, there was some big trees in here before. There's one of those old stumps. That thing's 5-6 feet in diameter. That's what they took out of here. Put these pine trees, you can see that one was here, big old fire resistant tree. That's what they put in. These doggone pine trees, and don't come in and limb them or thin them. The woods is just so thick. I've taken a lot of branches out of here too. But you can see some of these little seedlings, Doug firs, are coming back in. I mean, there's just thousands and thousands of them. Got to give those things a chance to come in. Those trees are more what's supposed to be in here. I think that's a little Doug fir, and right to the right of it's a little cedar. Doug fir on the left, the little cedar more on the right there. So that's what's supposed to be in here, and those will grow like mad. Just took them a while to get a start in here. All these pine trees were shading it out, and these pine trees slowly over time, they're weak, they lose their tops, like that one right there. It makes a little bit more sunlight for the Doug fir to come in. I imagine these lower branches die out. It makes a little more sunlight for the Doug fir too. See all these seedlings over there. They're all over growing up. They're gonna outgrow these pine trees. There's a big old seedling right there. Maybe that's a sapling now. Here's another one of those big old stumps. That other tree I just looked at was behind me, like about 100 feet, like I say. There's Maggie. You can get an idea of the size of this tree. It was big. Okay, out here, sawing some limbs. I got that tree kind of done. And I just saw this one. This tree right here, how all these limbs are dead down low, and it has all this old man's beard growing in it. The thing would go up like gasoline if fire got in there. See this stuff right here? This is old man's beard. Kind of grows in those dead branches. This is like tinder. It goes up like gasoline. See it all in these low branches? So if there's a nice beneficial low fire down in here, it'll get up here in these ladder fuels and just take up the tree, go up, and then start crowning and take off and get those good woods over there. I think that's what people talking about when they say forest management nowadays. These woods have been logged before, and they planted these pine trees in here. So you gotta kind of manage the forest once it's been cut. So they got planted maybe 60 years ago, and now you got to come back in and limb these things. But in order to pay for that, you kind of need to let the logging outfits take some trees. Like you can see those big trees back in there. I don't know, those are kind of grown. Maybe they got to cut some of those trees down to pay for this, because I'm sure there's no political will just to put money into just paying people to come out here and limb trees. So we'll do before and after on this tree right here. Of course, this is before, and you can get a little reference for size. There's the pole saw sitting there in the middle, right there. And that thing's about 10 feet tall, so I'm going to clear this out, make this a little better right here. Make a little bit less of a fire hazard. Show you what it looks like after I'm done. I'm going to keep that extension on that pole saw so I could reach in there and get those limbs. Otherwise, you kind of got to fight the limbs, even the low ones, if you don't have the extension on there. And remember to put the battery in. Here we go. Well, that looks a bit better, doesn't it? Clear the branches I cut out of there and take another look at it. Piling them up over there so I could burn them this fall. Just over here to the left. Okay, that's what it looks like after I'm done. And that's some little mini forest management right there. You gotta come back and clean up the woods after you take the old growth out, which they did several decades ago, 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 50s. As that once they came up with the gas-powered chainsaw, was kind of it for the woods. So you got to kind of clean it up, clean up the mess. You got to constantly come back. Yeah, good stuff. Charging up the chainsaw batteries. I started at 86%. We're at 47% now. I charged this 2.5 amp hour battery once. I charged the 4 amp hour battery once, and now I'm charging the 2 amp hour battery again. 47, it charges it. Not much, it's probably too warm. It's probably charging it low because it's kind of warm. I just got done sawing, so I probably should let that battery rest for a minute before it starts charging. Normally they charge about 90 watts. So let's take this off and let it cool down for a little bit. So I've been using this doggone thing for 2 days and it's already slipping. I don't know what the heck's going on here. Not good. Just got this nice carry bag for this pole saw, but doggone thing, clutch is slipping already after using it for like 2 days. So, guess I'll send it back again. The first one of these I had, it worked great for at least 6 months or so, and then what happened to it was the oiler. Amazon sent me a new one. So anyway, send this one back. Not lasting with the darn